tonight.
Cause you're with a god. You're invincible. Bitch, you think I'd ever stop? Cause I'ma slam it like a lot.
What's going on, DSG? It's your boy Darrnell Bradley back to y'all another video. Today we've got Jinwoo humbled a Dungeon of Demons solo leveling. Yeah, y'all know it's been doing its thing. You know what I'm saying? Content around it has been coming. But yeah, Mans was in there, cause he was going back to do the Cerberus thing. Remember where the dog picked him up royally? He went back into that one. And yeah, Mans got crazy, but we got keVeeZpreme gonna let us know about it. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, follow me on all that social media. And we in here without any further ado. In 3, 2, 1, click.
Oh yeah, you already know I had to cover peak fiction, cause solo leveling never miss. We got the debut of a dog putting hands on a lesser dog who wasn't even worth absorbing screen time. Ole Manning, Jinwoo doing his dogly deeds with his dogly crew, even turning up for his shadow army that can't even die, but he's such a W man's that he'll slide for them no matter the case on some W man shit.
Type shit.
You feel me?
Yeah, boy.
Now I know y'all ready for this heat. So grab your golden Oreos and pink lemonade. Them shits fire. Now on with the heat. So Jinwoo's shadow armor was clearing a dungeon while Jinho was standing there shocked as hell cause he never knew Jinwoo had such an ability. And with seeing the shadow soldiers go crazy mining crystals, bro gets on his knees, pause, doing
Man, not only does he have an army, that guy has a labor force. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, I'd have been like, bro, you cheating. You cheating.
Now you give me him talking about some
It should have been me, not him.
cause he at least wants to collect the essence stones, but the shadow army hogging all the work. Until one of Jinwoo's shadow soldiers offered Jinho stones to carry. And panning on the other side of things, we get the debut of Jinwoo's father, Sung-Hwan, who just finished beating up a gang of hunters. And the
that got me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what we were gonna get into as far as his father was concerned. But seeing that his dad is one of them's as well, it's gonna be interesting to see how that correlates.
hunters scared as shit, but Hwan just wanna go home. Meanwhile, Jinwoo and Jinho were out feasting on meat, pause. And bro drunk as hell and starts going on around about how he has an older brother who's 10 years older than him, but his brother doesn't really fuck with him for real, so they never had that brotherly bond. And considering how much Jinwoo saved his life and helped him, he can't help but wish Jinwoo was his older brother. So Jinwoo, being a W mans, was like, I bet starting today I'll consider you my little brother. Ecstatic as hell, Jinho's like, oh yeah, more meat on me, all you can eat. Hold on now, there was a bar, but pause. So Hwan was arrested in the aftermath of him beating up the hunters who suspected him of being a magic beast, and claiming to have been trapped inside a dungeon with no means of escape for the past 10 years until he found an exit that took him to a gate in America. But they're taking caution and isn't ruling out the possibility of him being a humanoid magic beast. So to be on the safe side, they requested for Hwan Dong-soo to put him on his ass if things turn out to be that way. But not knowing Dong-soo's really a fraud for real. Ole Manning. And panning on the other side of things, Jinwoo was getting ready to go back in a dungeon that he couldn't previously finish. So Jinwoo's thinking on how he
Remember? Yeah, that dog, that 3-head boy, pressure dog, out my man's dog. It was whoo. He tried the stone. He lost the stone for a second. It was a moment. All right.
At a level of 20 while fighting Cerberus, and with his level now being triple that amount, things should go a lot smoother. So as Jinwoo enters the demon castle, he gets a notification saying he has to collect 10,000 demon souls. And let's be honest here, bro really got that shit on. But yeah, this time Jinwoo's in the dungeon for another purpose. So bro's like 10,000, light work, no matter the number, I'll pack them all up. Meanwhile,
I would say that'll get me in the dungeon. Say like somebody close to me, like his situation, you know what I mean? And I get that, and I had something like what he got. Like, don't get me wrong, like, well, depending on who it is, I'll probably go in there anyway trying to do it. But generally, it would be nice if something like that existed. It would suck to literally have to go through hell to get it. But let's go.
Jinho is trying to convince his father to let him take over the Eugene Guild. And after a bit of chatting, bro's like, I bet under one condition. I heard them niggas at the White Tiger Guild was preparing a Scout Hunter song ever since the Red Gate incident. Yeah, make sure that shit don't happen. I want him with us instead. Can you arrange that? Jinho's like, oh yeah, gang, that's light work. Me and him like these. We brothers for real. Aight, my nigga. Meanwhile, back at the dungeon, Jinwoo finished packing up the demons. He was sure to let the cameraman know to pan on the bodies he's dropped and gradually move up to reveal him standing on the demons' corpses. Straight aura forming in a dungeon of demons. Crazy work. But unfortunately for bro, all those bodies
What's a demon to a demon? You feel me? Let's go.
he's going to waste because he is unable to extract them to his shadow army. So Jinwoo receives an entry permit which allows him access to the upper floors. But with the dungeon being so big that it has an entire city inside of a building, he figured
you can only cheat this much.
walking would be a pain, so he summoned the leader of the icebears to ride on poles. And it started ramming through the demons, double poles. So Jinwoo's like, you know what? I think I'm gonna call you Tank. And panning on the other side of things, we see Cha Hae-in, who bowed bad as hell, thinking about the conversation she had with Choi Jong-in where she wanted to publicize the information on the flying ants. But Choi Jong-in can't let that happen by association's orders, because making such information public will cause a panic. So all they can do now is build their strength, but that decision doesn't sit right with her. And panning back in the dungeon, Jinwoo's still dropping bodies and constantly evolving as he does. And he has to reach 100 floors, so he started contemplating about a few things like his strength once he reached the top if his supplies will last him till then and his promise to Jinho. And as bro racks up the bodies collecting the 10,000 souls he needed to clear the quest, he makes it to the 50th floor where he brings out the gang to prepare for battle. You know Igris the big homie, so he gotta—
yeah, he found that big boy mood though. Like he did what he had to do, but that big boy demon, like, but it was like zippity doo dah all over the place. We didn't. Okay.
stand out amongst the shadow army. Igor's such a chivalrous W-mans that he kneels not only after every fight but even when spawning. That aside, it would have been dope to see everyone else at a knee. Well, besides the ice bears, cause well, they're bears. So being on all fours would suffice. While Jinwoo and Igris both stand tall, given that Igris is Jinwoo's right hand man. And Iron cool and all, but he not Igris. But yeah. Meanwhile, panning on the other side of things, On in the baddie Park Hee-jin tried to get in touch with Jinwoo, but he wasn't home. Which his sister Jenna lets them know that he's on a trip. So On's like, with there being no trace of him participating in any raids recently, and no sign of him leaving the country either, the last trace the association has of his whereabouts is in the middle of the city. Hee-jin was shocked that he was able to find all that out. And panning on the other side of things, Jinwoo sends his shot.
That boy said, I'm grade A stalker. What you mean? How you think I got this job?
Shadow Army to battle, and Igor's looking to be MVP, getting his highlight early on as he
looking to be MVP. He don't need to look to be nothing. All he need to do is keep it up. That bad. Even Jinwoo was like, I'm so happy he did not use his sword when we fought.
Side of things, Jinwoo sends his Shadow Army to battle, and Igor's looking to be MVP, getting his highlight early on as he takes out multiple soldiers in a blink of an eye. And as Jinwoo's Shadow Army in the mix, Jinwoo staring at the leader avaricious Vulcan like, damn, is this queso built ass ever gonna get up? But as soon as that was said, Vulcan pulled up on Igris and the gang and boomed their shit, even his own soldiers. Vulcan moved so fast you would have thought niggas stepped on his Big Mac. Hey, fat niggas just not filled with food, but surprises as well. That got Jinwoo heated. He flexed so hard he tore off his jacket sleeve and knocked the sonic rings out of bro. But Vulcan still got fight in him. But he started charging fast as hell, so Jinwoo calls out to Iron for his shield and blocks Vulcan's attack. But Vulcan started spamming, really trying to get through bro's defenses. But Jinwoo's chilling, waiting for the perfect time to counter. And as soon as Jinwoo saw an opening, he redirected Vulcan's attack and tried to hit him from the back. Again, that bar was heat, but pause. But Vulcan anticipated the play, so Jinwoo got the hell out of there and cooked up a plan. So Jinwoo started taking off to look for a good spot where Vulcan can't do all that zipping around. Vulcan big ass was kinda fetching, bro, ain't gonna lie. But Jinwoo turned on the jets and ran up a building.
You gotta understand, you ain't just gonna think he gonna move around like that in the first place. You see him, I'm thinking, okay, so he moved, but he probably got big hits, you know what I'm saying? Probably cover a wide area, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. And then it just blitz you like, oh.
Taking high ground, then put up slicing Vulcan's neck and it was game from there. Now look at bro being extra, he making sure we see the fit. Meanwhile on the other side of things, Hwan is being interrogated by Dong-soo, who heard that Hwan is a humanoid magic beast, so he's trying to get to the bottom of it. But bro's like, nah, if you need proof I'll run a DNA test. But Dong-soo's not trying to hear anything from bro unless it's answering his questions. But like, who that nigga think he talking to? So Hwan's like, how much do you know about Gates and Magic Beast? So Dong-soo's like,
bro, what are you talking about, man?
So Hwan starts talking about how the shit that is going on right now with the dungeons, gates, and beasts is only the tip of the iceberg, and that the power that'll bring forth the ultimate catastrophe has awakened, which he plans to avert. But Dong-soo's like,
I don't give a fuck.
My nigga, we got numbers, hunters waiting.
I mean, that's W clip, but like that's essentially what happened.
And left and right to get active, but Hwan lets him know that numbers won't help against this threat and that the hunters would just get killed and used against him. But Dong-soo still thinks bro's a humanoid magic beast and was like, it's not every day you see a magic beast with a name of its own, let alone a wife and 2 kids. So he's like, do you remember your son's name? Which Hwan's like Jinwoo and started looking at Dong-soo with the intent to do him harm. So Dong-soo's about petty as hell and was like, I'm not answering any of your questions, but I will tell you this much, your son's dead, and if you have something to tell him you can do so when you meet him in the afterlife.
Okay.
Bro really don't know who he talking to right
At
now.
all.
And panning on the other
Like, cause what fucked me up is that this man was set up to look like he was about that. Like his, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he was the little brother of this guy, and he was boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Having a little aura off at the gate, and then for homie to get off screened. Now you know what would get. Now you know that his build up wasn't even for him. It was for Jinwoo's dad.
side of things. Igris is walking down with a shadow army behind him looking tough as hell. As Jinwoo sitting on top of Matus, the god of Soul's throne, talking about some this starting to get one-sided. You're surprised about how much of a dog my soldiers are. Bet you didn't expect things to turn out like this. As Matus staring at bro, jaw wide open, scared as hell. And Jinwoo cuts Matus skull to pieces while posing for the flick. Like bro ain't even gotta extend his arm like that for real with that dramatic pause. Like calm down bro, we see the fit, no need to flex. And panning on the other.
I'm sorry, you dastardly dashing on people like that. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Just a few. You need the style points, bruh.
Other side of things, the city buildings are in ruins, engulfed in flames. As we see Dong-soo laid out on his ass for talking head, really trying to press the
Off screened. All that talking, all that narration about how strong this motherfucker was for him to get off screened. All that wasn't for him. It's for Jinwoo's daddy. That's how bad that they disrespected this man in this show. That's crazy. When they use your strength to demonstrate how much stronger someone else is by fucking you up. Off screen. At least even Hit in the Tournament of Power, you know, Goku and Hit, that was the one that he had to overcome until Jiren came along, right? At least we got to see Jiren and Hit go at it, so you could see how definitively Jiren was stronger than Hit and how what Goku had to overcome on that good shit. There's nothing here. That man was discarded, disrespected, disposed of, just dissed.
the father of a dog. Bro got his ass beat so bad that the damage inflicted was delayed, couldn't even keep up with how fast he got beaten. Meanwhile, back at the dungeon, Jinwoo's journey through the dungeon came to a pause as he's now out of food. And so he starts putting on the buzz down, really flexing on the viewers. He also has the Spear of Avarice, which enhances power. But Jinwoo's too much of a dog that he doesn't even need to use it for himself. So instead, he'll put it to better use for his shadow mages to double their firepower. Bro really flexing the loot for real. And he opens the final reward, which is a cursed random loot box, which he ends up getting a key. But he is currently unable to use it, nor does he have any info on when and where to use it.
You know that key's gonna come back nasty later, like whatever it opens.
But he's not worried about that since it's not affecting his goal, which is to gather the 3 ingredients needed for the elixir of life, which so far he has 2 out of the 3. The world tree fragment from defeating Avaricious Vulcan and spring waters from Echo's forest by defeating Matus, the god of souls. And just needs 1 more to finally obtain the elixir of life to cure his mom, who suffers from the condition of eternal sleep and has been left unconscious for the past 4 years. So Jinwoo declares the next time he shows up, he'll finish it. And yeah, that was Solo Leveling Season 2 Episode 3 and all its greatness. And you already know this episode is absolutely pure hate, a solid 10 out of 10 for me. Now, with that being said, if you made it this far, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe.
All that good ish.
We moving. Also, I'm taking recommendations, bro, so hit the comments. And more heat on the way.
Hey. Yo, hey, that was dope. We watched that dope here. Yeah, it was definitely a good episode. Like I said, I had no prior knowledge of Solo Leveling before the anime. Well, not no prior knowledge. Within reacting to nerdcore stuff and within it being close to come out and things like that, I had seen songs on it, reacted to songs on it, and learned what I could from those. But I had never really I didn't read the manga or know anything besides what those songs said. So as I'm watching it, it's definitely catching me. And now that we've seen that man's dad is going to be one of them as well, it's going to be interesting to see how all of that correlates. But yeah, this is definitely one I'm locked into, man. But that's the take. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, follow me on all that social media, and I'll catch y'all next one, fam. Peace.